Good morning, students. Maliki here. I'm going to do a longer video now this morning, and I'm going to build one of the panels for our concrete building. So you can see here, I did one yesterday just to see how it went. That's how it's looking there at the moment. Very regular, shall we say. So I'm going to take you through a step-by-step on how we do this. Now, you might have done this with Jonathan yesterday in BIM, or if you have, grand, but I'm going to do this as well, like this. Notice now that I've got my little neoprene gaskets in between the panels here too. So again, one of the advantages of using curtain walling systems to be able to do this. So that is basically curtain wall with a curtain wall panel, exactly what we did in semester 1 in BIM last year. So we're going to be replicating that. It's a little bit more detailed, but the techniques are the exact same. And so we'll crack on now and build a panel. These are the designs that Pierce and Olivia gave you. So that was my attempt at panel A. Like so, there is panel B, panel C, and you can see that one is a little bit more difficult. If you want to do that one, you will be doing positive and negatives. So you'll be doing solid pieces and void pieces in order to cut out those shapes and things like that. Probably a little bit more difficult, that one. An interesting one to do. But I'm going to have a go at this one and be my interpretation of this one. So as you can see, we've got a structural piece here, structural piece there, these two. We've got these flat areas here which connect into those as well, I would suggest. And then we've got this panel here which has got the grooves going horizontal rather than the other one which had the grooves going vertical. So, and you can see that this panel is designed so that when you replicate this, then this solid piece here comes over to this one here, and it starts off the process again. Okay, so let's bring that across back over to there, like so. Now, you will remember when we build families here, the most important thing about building families is to start with the right template here. So I'll do that. Now, let's go File, New, Family. What I'm looking for here is the metric curtain wall panel. So I'm going to open that. And we get here, you've got an indicator of what's the exterior, which is quite handy to have there as well. So I'm going to do a File, Save As, a Family, and I'll put this into where I save all of my families, and this is going to be my concrete building. Concrete building, PA panel, option B. Well, actually, it should be option D, shouldn't it? Let's do that one. Now, so that's safely saved away there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to set up our reference planes, and I want to get an idea of what is here already. So I'm going to, and they're 3 meters apart, and then that's obviously 1500s, like so. All right. Now, what I want to do here is I want to construct the reference planes so that they are pretty close to the size of the panel that I'm going to use. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this one here, I'll go into the west elevation. So the panels are in between the grid lines here and the levels here. So it is that rectangle there that I'm interested in. Okay. It's the size of that rectangle. Now what will happen is that the panel will adjust to fit in between the grids that you set on the curtain wall, and I'll demonstrate that. But if you make the panel too small, then it has to expand out to fill that space, or if you make it too big, it has to contract to get into that space, and you'll get a distortion on your panel itself. So it's one of those kind of decisions that you make early, is that right, well, this is going to be the template, if you like, for the panel that I'm going to make, and this is going to be the size that it's going to be. And if it goes 10 mil this way or 10 mil that way, that's not going to make a huge difference in terms of distorting any of the panel use or anything else like that. So you can see I've got a 3.6 in the height, and I've got a 6395 here. So there are the two dimensions I'm interested in. So I'm going back to my reference level here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that reference plane, and you can see now I'm just using my arrow keys here, and it was 6395, wasn't it? So I'll get up closer, 6395. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here, back 638, zoom in again, 9, okay, zoom in again, 6395. Okay, let me just double check that now, and west elevation, wasn't it? 6395, that's perfect. All right. So I've got my height set now. I'm just going to unpin that because I want to drag those reference planes out a little bit further here. All right, so and if you remember from the work that we've done before here, the reference planes, these are locked into position, and the crossing point of those reference planes there, if you like, are actually going to be the insertion position of the panel itself. So we're going to use that as the center position. Right, now, so I've got my 6395 there. I'm going to go into the exterior view now. All right, and again, I'm going to drag these over so that they're all intersecting. That's kind of I like to do that. That's important. Okay, so let's pick that one and drag that over. This is the reference level as such. So you can get that out of the way in a minute or two. Now, so the dimension I'm interested in here is this one here. Sorry, annotate, aligned. Now you can see that it's currently at 4, and we want this at 3.6. So I'm going to take that reference plane there. I'm going to drop that one down. So 3, 7, 3.6, 40. 5, zoom in again, go 136, perfect. All right, now there's no need to, I'm not going to make these parametric or anything else like that, because it's kind of, the panel's going to fit into the grid system that we create on the curtain wall itself. So I don't need to make those parametric in this case here. Now, so I've got kind of this going on there now. I would like to shift that over a little bit here, like so, get it out of the way. All right. Okay, so we've got the basic size of the panel set up. Now, after that, it's a question now of using the create tools here. So extrusions and sweeps and so on like that, and the void forms of those like we've done before. Right, so if I go back to my diagram here, put it over, and it's D that we're doing. So I'm going to create this one first here, and that one. So I'm going to create all of that together, right? And I don't like the way that panel there is kind of is not supported by something strong here. And what I'm doing here is I'm imagining how the guys, say in the likes of Techrete or something like that, would take this sketch and say, well, if we're going to pour this as one panel and lift it as one panel, then we're going to need supports here. So what I might do is, in this case, is I'm going to take this kind of structural column here. I'm going to add an extra column in there. Okay, I'm going to add an extra column in there because I would prefer that so that I can get reinforcing, if you know what I mean, right kind of throughout the main structural panel. I'll leave these opes for the windows, and we'll create those, and then we will create this separately but I'm thinking how this would be poured in Techrete, and I would suggest that this whole thing would be kind of poured together, and there'll be reinforcing running through here, down here. Now we could pull reinforcing through there, but I would just prefer that to have a stronger structural piece here. So that's a design decision that I'm going to make in this case here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to say that these are around 200 or something like that. I'd like these ones again as well, maybe to be forward of these ones here, and I'm going to show you a little technique on how to do that. But we'll start off and do the basic one here. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do an extrusion to start with here. And I'm on the vertical plane here as well, so my positive and negative, which are the extrusion end and start, will come into play here now as well. So let's get up into here and we'll pull out our first section there, right? And then I'm now, so I need to divide this, shall we say. Okay, I need to divide that. So let's pick that one, a 6395, and I'm going to do a little calculation here. I'm going to maybe divide this, yeah, divide this into 4, I think. So this is me just getting out my calculator here. So it is 6395 divided by 4 equals, so 1598, and I'm going to multiply that by 3 equals, I'm going to do that 4.8. So I'm going to take this one, shift it across, okay, and I'm going to come across to 4.8. Okay, there you go, 415, and what I'll do then is I'll just take that one and I'll move it 15. Now, so there's my 4.8, all right. And now I'm going to go into my offset tool here, and I'm going to offset these 200 onto the inside. Okay, now I want to divide these down the middle, so let's just fillet these bits here. I might have to do this video in a couple of parts because I'd say I'm 12 minutes into it now, so I'll do them at 15-minute intervals, I think, and then I'll just center that one there, and I will offset these now at 100. Okay, and let's get rid of that. Let's split this in the middle here. Split it in the middle there, and let's do a fillet here now. Now you can see I'm just getting the basic shape going here. All right, let's bring up our design again. Okay, now you can see that that one is kind of deeper, so that's nearly 400, and I would suggest that's 200 there as well. That's the next thing I'm going to do. So let's pick this one and we'll move it 200. Let's move it another one. Let's increase that there to 500. Okay, that's better. And let's move that one down 300. Okay, and I think, yeah, if I just bring this back across here, you'll see that that distance is kind of the same there as well. So that's probably okay now. So there's that. All right. Now all of this is editable, so you get as close as you can initially, and then we can edit from there. Now here's a very important part. We want to, if we're going to make this in parts, we have the advantage in the materials here of being able to give these individual materials. So if you remember, if I go into the materials here now and I go into the materials editor within the the family editor here, you can see the material choice is pretty crap, you know. So what do? We use this little thing here. So we associate family parameter, and we're going to create new family parameter. So I'm going to do this PAN panel D, and I'm going to do CONC base. Okay, so this is going to be the base size. Materials and finishes, it's a type, perfect, and I'll go OK and OK. So I've got a material associated with that one now.